Hi, I'm Susan from Worldpeacefull. I'm going to read you some of my philosophy, see change for the common good. But before I do, I've actually brought a candle because I'm wishing to experiment with light. Isn't this beautiful? Can you see all the rings emanating out? And what we're actually seeing here is the perception of multiple candles as only one. Again, it's a great example of perception, light fragmentation, digitized imaging. And what this shows us in the various concentric rings that we're seeing coming out is how the video can never capture life as it really is, or perhaps it's capturing something very different. Fascinating, isn't it? It's a bit above. I'm playing. I'm curious to see how patterns are created. Isn't that amazing? See how it moves? What's real, what's not? Anyway, life is very fascinating. See how my image is pixelating, given the candle. So that's very fascinating. I'm going to leave that there. And I'll just straighten this up a little bit. And I'm going to read you some of my poetry. See change for the common good. It is natural for people to dialogue. It is normal for people to speak. But what is being said? What is being projected? What image is conveyed? What is the agenda in the moment of dialogue? Politics aims distortions at dialogue. Politics seeks to place influence over. This is the highest deception, for the listener is never heard. For those in frames of self-importance erect barriers of status, walls of position, intellectual predispositions that quickly assess the value of the other. But what of unconditional acceptance? What of the value of humankind? What if every opponent is a teacher? Then we see dialogue in communication flow. What is knowledge? What is awareness? One frames the world according to precedence. The other frames life according to experience. One seeks to back up concepts by facts. The other feels to know the truth by intuition. Yet both can partake in a dialogue. But what is each hearing? Dialogue, culture, language, perception, attitudes, and politics are part of the mix. Gender is another, status is another, personality is another. Yet each becomes a filter to greater insight, confusion or rigidity. So dialogue is not black and white. It is a game of chess with currency and credits, for each seeking to win for advantage. For Western philosophy created the frame of factual reasoning and debate. Eastern philosophy opens the door to poetic metaphor, seasoning the spice to add flavour. Thus each worldview is shape-changing. When one thinks the other is agreeing. Politeness ensures the other is dancing. Dialogue for some must be harmonising. For others, it is insulting to question what is never questioned. So the pool of reflection becomes an ocean of depth with coral reefs unseen. Clarity requires a sea change, exposing what is unseen to waves of belief. How to see differently, yet remain on the same page. What is universal? What is held in common? Speaking in shared values avoids speaking in tongues, as one does not see the argument but the intent. One does not correct facts but looks at the negative space of what is not known. The art of truth raises awareness of the unseen, as one sees through empathy, not sympathy. One lives in the negative space to see positives. One is visible to be wrong to allow the wisdom of possibility to emerge. As the known beach is seen as sands of ideas, one swims rather than waiting at land's end. For we are swimming in the same score that flows with the natural current, not against it. A sea change is another way of relating, for the world is one family, and each brother and sister is equal and unique. Thought informs and reforms what we see, designing a holistic frame to see new pictures, trying on new glasses to clarify the works, but never finding fault in mistakes, looking for progress as confidence, trust, and acceptance in contrasting colours. For each moment is the empathy of blending, which sees the common good as the masterpiece. And this is the palette from where dialogue can be commenced and then transformed with values. The rest is commerce that is on the money trail. For it takes time for a leopard to change its spots. Yet the ship must turn before the ice melts. The Bermuda Triangles of confusion cannot pick up concordant signals when on the same tracks. Parallel thinking transforms into shared food bowls. Compassion navigates opposites yet equal poles. Unlimited patience looks to the other horizon. The winds of love cradle a new civilization. The next generation are the pathfinders. Will they play war games or fair games, where all have a peace as the action? For the moment of now is the decision tree. Do we choose climate change or a sea change? For time is our only enemy. So reinforcing the idea that we have to see change differently. For what we see, we create. We are the creators of our reality. We can make real what we wish to see. For when peace becomes a filter through which you see, you will truly be living sincerely. For each person is a candle that is both straight yet waving. Each of us can shed light on this world through our own talent, our own song, our own way of seeing. And it is not to reject the diversity in this world, it is to embrace it. Because when differences clash up in a really positive way, it actually can jolt us into a way of seeing that completely shape changes the world in front of us. The Zen monks talked about that. They did something very shocking to their student in order to awaken them very suddenly. Koans are a means of using riddles in order to assist people in this lateral type of thinking in order to see in another way. We can approach any subject from 1,000 different ways, but there will be one that you will resonate with and you will know it to be your own truth. But you cannot say to another person that my truth is your truth. It can never be that way. We're all here to be our unique selves and see differently. But if we can do that with harmony and not make another wrong, our happy destiny will most definitely be unavoidable. And it is anyway. So with that, go forward and change your world through changing your own filters. Be the peace that passes all understanding. Thanks. Have fun.